Good evening. Welcome to my first video blog post in a long time. Tonight I'm going to be sharing a product which I've already opened and is already in my collection. No new cards tonight, but I do have some new cards to share with you guys later this week. I apologize that I have not posted very much this week. I am currently relocated to my man cave. My office is being remodeled, hence there's red walls. So what I'm going to be looking at tonight is a little bit about how the Bowman set is now currently structured, how it used to be structured, and why it is presenting a great deal of challenge for me at times in reorganizing my cards and going back, filling in holes with some of the Bowman cards. So what I have on my desk right now is I have a big row of 6 cards, and this is the 2012 Bowman, and if you look at the cards, they're all very similar in design, but what you actually have here is 3 different sets. So 6 cards, 3 different sets, and how the cards look, how the cards are numbered, little differences between them separate out the differences between the sets. So really quick, these 2 on the end are actually base Bowman cards. This is what, of course, the 2012 Bowman looked like. This awesome Eli Marrero card right here is actually from the 99 Bowman set. The way Bowman used to be organized was it was a simple set to put together. They were usually 440 cards. When you flipped them over, they were numbered simply the way all the other cards were. They had this same setup on the back with the scouting report and skills, and you know, the focus was still on the younger players in the older Bowman sets, but it was just really simple to put together. So flipping over now to this Derek Jeter card, this is what the base Bowman looks like now, and generally the base Bowman set tends to be veteran players in the base Bowman set. Usually like the last 10 to 20 cards might be rookie cards. I believe this format started in 2006. So looking at the Jeter card, when you flip it over, again, it has a simple number. I believe the number now is 220 for the number of cards. 200 are a veteran, and the last 20 or so are rookie players. But they're generally rookie players that you might have seen 2 or 3 other times in other Bowman products. So in the base Bowman, then they attach in a way 2 other sets. So as you're opening your Bowman box, you still get prospect cards, but the prospects have now been put into their own set. So when you flip the cards over, they have this designation next to the numbers BP for Bowman prospects. And again, usually there's varying numbers. There's usually about 110 of these. And then on top of that, then they also throw in Chrome versions, and you can designate those by, they'll have the BCP1. Okay, so this is basically all right here. This is counted as one set. I usually like to think about it in 3 sets, that you have a Bowman, you have a Bowman prospects, and you have a Bowman Chrome. And since this year I generally put my cards together through sets and lots, as you're putting together a set, if you take on that challenge of putting together the Bowman sets, now the Bowman base set is really easy to find. And you can find the cards, you could just, you know, go out and buy the set and it would be no problem. The prospects cards are a little bit more difficult to find, and then the Chrome cards can be really hard to find and have more value. I believe that these come like one per pack, and this is the most common card to find in a pack of Bowman. Okay, so as I zoom out here, then you'll also notice that I still have these other 3 cards out here, and what the other cards are, and this is where the confusion comes in. This first set is actually from the Bowman prospects and draft picks, and that usually comes out later in the year. And one way you can distinguish it is it's usually kind of a hideous set. I pick on this set frequently for being airbrushed. This Trevor Bauer card actually is not airbrushed. I believe that is him in an actual Diamondbacks uniform. But then as you get into, the prospect part, again, you find lots of airbrushing. So with the Bowman draft pick set, this is where some of the confusion comes in. When you flip it over, the numbering is just the same as the base Bowman, and the design of it is also just like the base Bowman. So when I put the two together, they're exactly the same. And what's difficult about these is the base Bowman set, while it's supposed to be, or the base Bowman draft pick set, while it's supposed to be draft picks and younger players, they're draft picks and younger players who've played in major league games. So as you get into the set and you start looking at the numbered cards, because they have the same numbers, you actually end up with people, as you go through and you look at your secondary market sites like, Check Out My Cards, eBay, who interchange these two sets, that they, have a, card number 40 and it's really from Prospect, but they drop it and they just put Bowman, and vice versa. And a lot of really common identifying mistakes are made between the two sets. And when you look at the front, again, stylistically the same design. The only difference is actually on the back, and it's a very slight difference, and I'll zoom in here a little bit closer. And as you look at it, you can see that the Jeter card is actually got a slightly gray frame to it. The Trevor Bauer card has a wider look to it. So really the only difference between the base sets for the regular Bowman and the Bowman draft set is the coloration on the back of the card. Numbering, everything like that's the same, which really, when you get into those secondary site cards, secondary site marketplaces, you run into confusions. Just like the Bowman set then too, there's also, within draft picks, there's a prospects, which tend to actually be the draft picks from that year. And again, when you flip over, they have their own numbering system. And what they do is they basically just add in more letters. But again, you'll get people that'll mix these two up, and they'll interchange them on your secondary sites. So as you're going through and you're collecting these cards, you really have to be careful as to what card number you're specifically looking for, what players on that card, different things like that. The last one, of course, then is the Bowman Chrome, which is, of all of them, I think tends to be the really popular one, just because it has a lot of the young stars autographs in it. Good first year autographs that you can find. And again, this has the similar look to the Chromium Prospect cards from the regular Bowman sets. Your only difference, of course, is going to be then the numbering on the back, and the fact that you have the veteran players come in the Chrome cards. In the regular Bowman set, the prospects are the only people that have Chrome. So the autographs then too are going to be on the Chrome cards. The autographs are on the Chrome cards. In regular Bowman, they tend to just be on the regular card with a sticker, or sometimes they're actually on card. A couple more fun things really quick if you want to check out some Bowman collecting. Back in the day, there was only one variation for Bowman. They did the regular Bowman, and then there was a gold parallel, which was numbered to 100. And then they also did these international cards. The international cards started in 1997. They had the flag behind them, which was a really popular look. 98, they had a map behind them. And then this is a 99, and the 99 has a picture from where they're from. So this is Eli Marrero. He was a Cuban defector. So when you look at Eli Marrero, you have this regular action shot of him batting, and then his international parallel, which is his only parallel besides the gold, has a picture of something from Cuba. Now there's lots and lots of parallels to collect from Bowman. I'll just show you two of my favorite. The standards are the color cards. So you have like your purples, your oranges. Probably the most common One is the gold. I believe the purple are retail. Golds are in both retail and hobby. And then you get into like oranges, blues, which are hobby, and they're serial numbered. Kind of a good challenge to pick up. I think the cards I really like, though, are still the international cards. They've kind of gone back to the flags. In 2012, they did the nationality flag, so a U.S. flag or Puerto Rican flag or whatever country the player was from. This past year, they did the states that they were from. They were from the U.S. So I think I had put on one of my posts. I picked up a cool Trevor Rosenthal where he's not only a Cardinal, but he's actually a guy from suburban Kansas City. So, cool card with a Missouri flag behind him. And then the other one, if you're looking for a challenge, again, the international cards, really cool. The other cards I really like that they've added, and they're sparkly, which makes them fun to find, are these ice cards that they've added in. And I think even within the ice, there's colors that they make them. So again, you could go through and do like a rainbow of a player that you like, or you could just try to do the whole set if you're into chasing down several hundred of these. So that's kind of a look at what Bowman is, and some of the difficulties of collecting it and some of the fun things of collecting it. And I hope that you enjoyed the fact that I put a video blog up. Hadn't done one of these in a month or two, and I also met my goal of sharing some of the cards that are already in my collection, and not brand new cards. But I will post some brand new cards tomorrow. So anyway, have a great night, good day, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll see you another time.